What's up guys, welcome to season 2. This is the first episode of the season, so thanks for tuning in. And on this episode we're going to be talking about how do I get Wi-Fi all around Australia when I'm living in the van. So basically there's two aspects of how I get Wi-Fi. One is connecting to Telstra Air, which is a service from Telstra which is in Australia only. And they basically have Wi-Fi hotspots in tons of places all around Australia. There's hundreds of thousands of them, and they're basically at like telephone boxes, like phone booths. You can connect free as long as you're a Telstra customer. So I'm not on a plan or anything, I'm just on a prepaid SIM card on my mobile. So I basically have that so I can get 3G and call people in Australia and everywhere. And because I'm a Telstra customer, I also have access to every Telstra Air hotspot around Australia. And these hotspots are just basically like your one at home, your Wi-Fi router. You walk up to it, is when you're close enough, you can see the Wi-Fi on your little device and log in with your Telstra login details. Now it's pretty much as simple as that, but I have another aspect to getting Wi-Fi. So I didn't want to be limited to having to park right next to the hotspot because the Telstra Air range really isn't that far. So I bought something called a Wi-Fi Camp Pro kit, and it's made by a company called Alfa, but another company actually assembles all these pieces together and makes a kit. And I bought it off eBay in Australia, but I'm pretty sure you'd be able to get it, on Amazon or anything like that. I'll leave a link in the description. And basically what this does, I basically have a little wireless router inside the van that emits a local area network for my van and all my devices inside it. But that Wi-Fi router connects to an antenna, which actually links up to the Telstra Air. So I can basically have it's like a Wi-Fi extender if you want to think of it like that. So the benefits of this is, one, I can park a fair bit away from the actual hotspot and still get Wi-Fi access, but also I can connect as many devices as I want to my local wireless network. I can connect my phone, my laptop, Laurie's phone, as many things as I want can be connected to the local van network. So I'm going to give you a demonstration of all this today. I'm going to show you what a Telstra Air hotspot is and run you through how everything works. Alright, so basically I just get up on the van like this, and I've got like a little antenna that I mounted here, which is the antenna for the Wi-Fi Camp Pro kit. It's literally attached to a flag holder which I bought off eBay for like 14 bucks or something, and I just screw it up like that because it's omnidirectional. It doesn't actually you don't point it directly at the hotspot, you just put it up in the air and it detects in a 360-degree radius. Okay, so now my antenna is up and the Telstra Air hotspot is all the way over there. It's that purple little box that I'll walk over and show you in 2 seconds. So here is the Telstra Air hotspot box. It's literally just like a payphone box, as you can see, but it's different because it generally has the purpley lid, and you'll see that it has Telstra Air. So we're literally standing inside the hotspot box at the moment. I'm just on my phone and I'm going to connect to the Telstra Air just like any other person would. So you download the Telstra Air app, you go into it, and then it will say turn on your Wi-Fi. I've already done that, and it will automatically connect you when you turn on your Wi-Fi. So right now we're connected, we can browse for as long as we want, and it's unlimited data. You can also go into this thing called hotspots, and it will automatically go to your location and display where the Telstra Air hotspots are in Australia. So there's only one in Mission Beach where we are now, and I'm obviously connected to that. If you zoom out, it will give you a bit more of a broader view and where the next hotspots are around you. So as you can see, I've zoomed out now and you can see more hotspots up near like Cairns Way. Pretty much rule of thumb is that they're in every single major town and even some smaller towns, but if you get real rural, they're probably not going to be there. Alright, so this is literally the main component of the Wi-Fi Pro kit. It's like a wireless repeater, and basically it just comes with this in the kit. It's got a little antenna, it's got a LAN port that you can plug in your computer, and it's got your little power supply. That's just a 12-volt one. It also comes with a 240-volt one. And this little device draws about 1 amp at 12 volts DC. What else also comes in the kit is the large antenna that you saw on the top of the roof, and a long USB cable that plugs into the antenna. and then that plugs into here. So it also comes with some waterproofing stuff so that you can connect the cables and water's not going to get in. So this is the little device that actually connects to the Telstra Air, and then this emits like a local signal inside the van, and we connect like my laptop, my phone, Laurie's phone, and we connect everything to this thing here. So basically think of this as just like a Wi-Fi extender. Right, so we're now looking inside my safe in the cupboard, and as you can see I've got a 240 volt power point there, and this is just a 12 volt outlet, same as like your 12 volt in any car. This is the USB that comes from the antenna at the top, literally just a USB 2.0, which plugs into this Alfa Wi-Fi repeater device. So I plug that in there. So I just plug that in the back there, and now this is getting its signal from the antenna at the top. This is what it's putting out locally inside the van, this antenna here. I don't really use this Ethernet one here. I guess you could use it if you put it into like a patch lead or a longer lead, and you put like a RJ45 outlet inside the van, but I don't really need that. I just use the wireless and it works fine. So I just plug the Alpha one here into this like 12 volt triple splitter thing, and then that's just pretty much ready to go. It's all done. I'm really glad that I put, you know, power points and power inside this safe, because I can charge things like this and run them 24/7 out of the way. It sort of doubles as a charging unit, and I can also keep, you know, electronics safe and everything like that. I do also have two vents on the top that you know, that allow hot air to escape the safe, so that if anything is too hot inside, it'll just come out the top. All right guys, so we've set up the router inside the safe. Now all we need to do is jump inside the computer and program everything. I will say that if you're doing this for the first time, actually plug the Ethernet cable in to your computer. Don't do it wirelessly. That's what the product recommends, but yeah, just do it that way the first time. Okay, so we're in the Mac now. What we're going to do is go to your internet browser, so I'm using Chrome. You turn on your Wi-Fi, and originally this will come up with Alfa, I believe, Alfa AP, but I've changed the name of the network. So you connect to that. Obviously this is your first time, so you plug it in the Ethernet, but if you're doing this any other time, you'll be connecting wirelessly. So that's travel with Jazz there. And then you want to go to 192.168.2.1, and this is the code for your router. Then it'll come up with this, and by default the username and password are both admin. So it'll bring you to this screen here. Now what you want to do to connect to, say, your Telstra Air, say you've already pulled up at your spot, you've put your antenna up and you want to connect to the Telstra Air. So you have to actually connect your wireless router to the Telstra Air first before you connect any of your devices to your local router. So you'd go to Camp Pro Setup, you'd go to Site Survey, and it's going to come up with all the Wi-Fi hotspots that are around you. So what I like to do is click this SSID, which sort of arranges it in alphabetical order, and then I'm going to scroll down until I see Telstra Air. Now there's only one hotspot near me, but sometimes it comes up with a few. But you can go over here, which is like the signal strength, and I always pick the one with the highest, which means, you know, it's going to be the best. So there's 100 out of 100 signal strength. That must be the one. You click that, Telstra Air, then you click select, and then you just leave that disabled, because that's asking, is there a security code on it? Telstra Air doesn't have a security code, so you leave that disabled. You don't need to do anything with the BSS ID, and that's just the name of it. You click next, then it will come up to this, and this is your settings for your local wireless router. So you can change the name. That will be Alpha AP, but I change that to Travel with Jazz, and I don't want any security on my wireless router. You can if you want, but I like to leave mine disabled because it just makes it easier. And then you just click done, and what it's going to do is save that sort of profile in your wireless router. It's going to reboot, so you just wait for a little bit, and once it's reached 100%, I will show you what happens next. And that's what happens when this reboots. It actually disconnects you off the local router, and will try and connect elsewhere. So it'll say come up with wizard success, and then what will happen, sometimes this says disconnected connecting, but we're already connected. It's in blue, and it tells you information down here where we're connected to Telstra Air, tells you the link quality and all things like that. Now that we're connected, you might try load, say, YouTube, and it's not going to work because your wireless router is connected to the Telstra Air, but you haven't put your login details to the Telstra Air. So you got to go to this link here, and that's going to take you to the Telstra Air login page. So that's going to load up, and you can do it manually. This is a page you come to, you input your username and your password, which you have when you're a Telstra customer. You click login, and then this little dialog box pops up, and then it counts down, but you just click connect now, and then now we're connected. So if I open a new tab, click home, that's going to take me to Google, but I can search anything, hello, and now I'm connected to the internet. I can scroll unlimited, and basically, yeah, I'm connected to Telstra Air, but basically it's going through my local router. Okay, so this is like a real simple little diagram that I've just drawn up. So what's going on is this is the Telstra Air hotspot box that we walked over and I showed you before. So that's emitting, that's where you get the Wi-Fi signal from. Now when I was over there before, I connected my mobile phone, so that would be literally displayed as me directly linked to the Telstra Air box itself. Now this one in green is the Travel with Jazz Wi-Fi router inside the van, inside the safe that I showed you. Now that's directly connected to the Telstra Air, but all my MacBook, my phone and Laurie's phone, they're all connected to Travel with Jazz network. So these are not directly connected to the Telstra Air, although you could if you wanted to, but the way we're doing it in the van is that all your devices connect to Travel with Jazz, and Travel with Jazz connects to the Telstra Air hotspot. So I hope that diagram made sense to you. You might ask, why would you want this Travel with Jazz or Wi-Fi Camp Pro kit? Basically, it allows me to, you know, be inside the van and be parked far away, like I said before, and still pick up the Telstra Air hotspot, because I've noticed that the Telstra Air hotspots aren't very strong, and you need like a range extender and antenna to really pick them up from a distance. And the other benefit, like I said before, is that you can connect multiple devices all to your local hotspot inside your van, instead of connecting each one of those devices individually to the Telstra Air network. So basically how me and Laurie do it is I'm with Telstra, she's with another company, and you only need one person who's a Telstra customer, because once one person logs in with their details to the Travel with Jazz network, she can then log in with her phone without being a Telstra customer. So I think if you're traveling in a van around Australia, Telstra is the best company to go with, because they offer the best coverage for 3G, 4G, and just cell phone range in general. But also as like a benefit on the side, you get this Telstra Air network, and you can do exactly what I'm doing, and yeah, gain access to that. The speeds of the Telstra Air network are not like the best ever. They're pretty, you know, just average standard, but it's pretty good because it's free and it's unlimited access for whenever you want. There are some downsides to the network. We often get knocked off for some reason, like you'll be connected and then out of the blue it'll just disconnect and you'll have to reconnect and reconfigure sometimes, which is a little bit annoying, but it's still worth it because yeah, you get free Wi-Fi wherever you go. So generally in our experience so far, connecting to 30 or more hotspots, with the Wi-Fi antenna, the range only goes to about say 20 or so meters, but today we've had a new record and we're easily about 40 meters or so away from the Telstra Air hotspot now. So it just varies of how strong the signals are. It definitely makes a big difference having the Wi-Fi Camp Pro kit in extending that range. Cool, so I hope this video helped. And if you want to see how I installed it, go to episode 9 in the electrical and you'll see how I actually installed the Wi-Fi antenna. And I'll leave a link below to the Wi-Fi Camp Pro kit so you can have a look at it if you want to get it. in the description down below. So thank you again for tuning into this episode, season 2, episode 1 of the Van Life series. So many to come, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Catch you later.